Welcome back to another episode of the Shoecast show. If this is your first time listening, thank you for tuning in. This is a podcast where we interview and talk everything related to shoes, sneakers, and all that. My name is Chase, and I'm here today with always my co-host Landon. And today we are talking to Chance. He's a sneaker YouTuber, and he does videos on tutorials, live cops, and reviews. Chance, thank you for coming on.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, so we'll kick things off here. How did you get into sneakers? Back from the beginning.
Since a kid, I've been into them, and like as I've grown older, like that nostalgia of getting things that you couldn't get when you was younger and stuff, and it just always stuck with me.
Awesome, man. That's real cool. So what would you say? What made you start your YouTube channel in the first place? Kind of where did that idea come from?
Well, I still kind of dibble and dabble every now and then with music. So it started off as like a music YouTube, and I would post songs and stuff, and it just eventually gravitated towards other things.
Right.
That was very cool.
Yeah, you've grown up a lot now. I mean, you're already up to 4,000 subscribers. So, congrats on that. That's actually a pretty big accomplishment, keeping it going and pursuing it. So what was I guess since you've been around sneakers for your whole life, what was one of your favorite moments, that included sneakers?
A lot when the 11s came out way back in the days and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was a moment I wasn't able to get them and stuff, but I wanted them. When Jordan was on his run, because I'm a 80s baby, so I was watching Jordan while he was playing,
man.
but I never really had those, but I had all the Iversons. So
I love AI's shoe line, man. I love AI's shoe line. That's the only Reeboks pretty much that I'll get because they're super clean. I love them. Are you a big AI fan too?
yeah, that's probably my favorite player of all time.
Oh, for real?
During my high school years, I was rocking the AIs during my playing days and stuff. So
Oh, definitely, man. AI is a savage, man. He's crazy. I love just watching highlights of him because we're a little bit younger. We didn't get to watch him play, but I'm a huge basketball fan. So watching Allen Iverson play, man, he was gifted. That dude was gifted.
yeah. And now they're starting to drop a lot of his shoes again.
Yeah.
They're starting to like retro. So that's cool.
Yeah, they did that. That's what I'm saying. I got a pair of his retro shoes like a few weeks back, and I just they keep popping up. I'm just like, I wish I had more money. That's where I'm at right now. I just wish I had more money, right?
Yeah.
That's funny.
The good thing about Allen, whenever they retro them, you can actually get them.
Yes.
Yeah, very
right.
true.
No, the normally like OG pairs and stuff like that. If you want to get those before, like not the retros, like oh my gosh. By this point in time, there's so few pairs. Most of them have been beat. So like, if you want to get them new or you want to get them like in good condition, then you gotta pay like a good amount for that for sure. No, definitely though. But so Chance, you call yourself a jack of all trades. What are some of your other passions, besides just sneakers?
Shit, like the music, I paint, write, different things like that.
Very cool. So I see you got those paintings back behind you. Are those your paintings or just did you get those from somewhere because you like art or kind of what is that about?
Nah,
You
I
painted
painted
them? That's actually pretty
Dude,
dope,
those
man.
are clean, man.
Those are awesome. How long did any of those take usually?
Usually like maybe 3 hours, 3 to so longer, like
Right.
6, 7.
That's pretty
That's
pretty
awesome, man.
I
So
wish.
have you ever like sold any of your art or anything like that, or you kind of just paint for yourself for personals and stuff?
Yeah, I sell some like some people, like a lot of people, they'll have like dead relatives or something. They always want me to paint those for
Oh
them.
wow, that's cool. What do they do? They just give you a photo and like you just kind of free paint it off that?
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's what YouTube got.
That's a gift right there. That's super cool, man.
It
So
supports the sneakerhead.
yeah, there you go.
That's awesome.
You gotta do
That's
it.
Awesome.
Speaking of sneakers, we know that you just recently did a review on the Jordan 35s, and so did we. What were your takes on it, and did you finalize, were they dope or were they nope?
Very dope. I was looking forward to them right whenever they dropped, but I wanted the Warrior colorway,
Okay.
but those sold out like that, so couldn't get them.
Mm-hmm.
But I like them. They feel good. I like to collect the newer Jordans, like the from the 30s on,
Hmm.
because a lot of people hate those. So you're not gonna see those whenever you're walking
Right.
around.
Did you like the 34? Because we reviewed the 34s last year too, and bro, I loved the 34s. We got like the blue void color, and dude, they were so nice to play in, super light. I loved the mesh and all that.
Exactly. Very light. Shit, comfortable as hell. I really like.
Yeah,
Did you what were your thoughts about the heel portion
yeah,
of the 35s,
yeah,
the double padding?
patches, yeah.
That was a little concerning for us because it seemed a lot. It seemed like it really just secured you in.
Yeah, it hugs your Achilles, but to me that's a good thing. I'm getting a little older and stuff, and I watch people like Kevin Durant and stuff. I mean, hopefully that'll keep your Achilles up.
Right.
Dude, that's what I'm
safe.
saying. Yeah, no, that's what I thought too. Like I put them on and like started, kind of just jogging around in them. I was just like, man, I feel like it's literally just suctioned around my
Yeah.
Achilles right now. Like I can't move an inch. It was so
Yeah.
different because it's not super common to see. I wouldn't say so. It was definitely a different feeling for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. But so moving on, where do you kind of see yourself in the next 5 years? Just kind of with what you're doing right now. What are your kind of hopes and your dreams, your goals and stuff like that?
Shit, as far as YouTube, I like to keep it growing, man, and try to do it like the bigger ones and be able to support myself just doing that
Right.
Mhm.
and not having to listen to somebody else at 9 to 5 or something of that nature. But that's the dream that I think everybody pull the camera out has.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we feel you
agreed.
there because we we try to interview a couple people a week, and we've interviewed some bigger sneaker YouTube people, and they're just always saying like the key is consistency. Like if you can't put something out once a week or once every 2 weeks and expect people to just grow. They're like you gotta really put stuff into it. So and a lot of people just don't really see the amount of effort it takes to depending on if you edit your videos or just the amount of time to even upload it and just get it together. It's not like people are like, oh, you do YouTube, that must be easy. Like, come on now, there's more to it than that.
Yeah, very much.
Right.
Then I try to do other things, like I do my music reviews and
Hmm.
like show reviews and stuff, because at least that's free. Because reviewing just the shoes,
Right.
that's very expensive.
It is true. Yeah.
That's-
That is true. Actually, that brings up the next question is we did see that on your YouTube that you do reviews of TV shows and movies. What are some of the best that you've seen recently?
Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, what's that about? I've never heard about
No,
it.
I haven't. What's it on? I haven't even heard about it.
A show on HBO.
HBO.
It's a series. It's like has a sci-fi paranormal elements and stuff, and then it's like set like in the 1960s.
Oh, okay.
So it's like racial elements and magic, and it's crazy, but it's good.
It's good.
That's super
I'll
cool.
have to check
So-
it out.
No, that's real cool. What about movies? What about because I'm assuming that's a TV show, right? Is that a
Yeah,
show?
that's
Yeah. So what about movies? What's
It's-
some of your favorite? Yeah. What's some of your favorite recent movies or your favorite recent movie that you've been checking out, looking into? That's tough.
too much hasn't been recent since.
That's so true.
Right?
Yeah,
COVID,
yeah.
man. I know COVID's making me mad because, like, I mean, I do more watching on like Netflix and Hulu, and it's like, oh, new season. Like last year, they'd say new season coming 2020, and then now I go look at that same title and it says new season coming 2021, and I'm like, well, that's just great. That's just great.
I was looking forward to a lot of the Marvel movies and stuff, and then
Oh,
they
yeah.
had some of the Marvel series gonna be on Disney Plus, but none of that came.
Yeah, dude, that's tough, man. Like, oh man, I love Marvel, man. Marvel's such a. Did you watch the most recent Avengers? I know you did. I don't know why I'm asking, but what'd you think of it? You like it?
Of course.
Dude,
Of
so
course,
good, man.
yeah.
I got chills. I had a few friends of mine went and watched the. They wanted to really experience it, so like a month and a half before they started watching it, because I didn't even know that the Marvel movies kind of did have like a chronological order to them, like of the way that they were happened, like all the different movies and stuff. So they watched them in order. They watched the last one right before we went and saw it in theaters, and dude, it was crazy. Such a great movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome,
I
man.
think the next one is coming out is Spider-Man 3. I think that just started filming, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, I think they were supposed to have Black Widow this year.
Yeah.
They were supposed
Yeah.
to have Doctor Strange.
Uh,
So I think those would come out first, but
Yeah, fingers
Just gotta push
crossed.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. But so we'll move on now. How many pairs do you actually have in your sneaker collection? And like whenever it comes to sneaker collecting, do you prefer like quality over quantity, or does it not really matter? Do you prefer hype versus non-hype, or do you buy whatever you want? You know, kind of where do you stand on your collecting?
I like the hype shoes and stuff, but like especially my area, I'm in this country area. I can't get my hands on a lot of like off whites and stuff. So I
Right.
just like collect what I like. Like I have Reeboks and Jordans, Nikes, and Adidas. But as far as number wise, I think it's like 107.
Dang, man, that's a pretty exact number.
I think yeah.
That's pretty. That's,
I did,
so
I
do you,
did it
what's up?
the other day.
Oh, you just did a
I did
video on it?
collection.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Oh, cool. That makes so much more sense because I'm like, I got a lot of shoes, but if I was gonna give a number, it'd definitely be like a 5 or a 0, like 55, 75, 80, 95. You're like 107. It's about
I was
107.
today.
Oh, okay. It looks like if I'm seeing that right, it looks like you got like a Travis Scott box in there. You see the brown Jordan?
Oh, I think
that-
that's just the lighting, man.
Oh, it's just
That's
lighting.
the lighting.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
It is something.
Nah, that's real cool though. Are you just a second question for that? Like, are you partial to like a certain brand? Like, I mean, maybe Jordans or maybe Reeboks because you talked about Allen Iverson and how you grew up watching Jordan. But like some people, like we talked to one dude who said like he only wears Adidas, and we've talked to some people who say they never wear Adidas. And you know, kind of where do you fall on that spectrum as well?
Shit, my favorite player and stuff is AI, but as far as like buying them, it's more like for the collection and the nostalgia. But as far as wearing stuff, it's Jordan.
Yeah.
Always Jordans.
Not
Right.
all the time, but
No.
I'm more partial to Jordans. Like they just look better with everything. Like you
Mhm.
can with jeans and stuff, and you're gonna turn heads more with some Jordans.
Oh, that's for sure.
That's true.
Do you like do you mess around with like any of the Yeezys and stuff like that Kanye puts out? Do you kind of just because I mean obviously those are a pretty expensive price point, all of them being like 250,
Starting out, yeah, at least 200.
So
Yeah.
and for resale like way higher. So where do you stand on that? Like
I like some of them and whatever. I got the Arzareths,
oh, okay.
but I don't like Kanye too much anymore. Like I used to
Okay.
be a big fan, but I think he kind of like lost his mind. So
He's been, man. He went off the tracks a little bit, man. It's crazy. That's funny. I actually he actually just did. Have you seen the Yeezy foam runners? Like the things that look like like some sandals. It's just like they're super weird looking. Have you seen those?
I think so.
Yeah, dude. I just saw an interview that he did with Joe Rogan the other day, and he was like, he is trying to like kind of bring the prices down on them and stuff like that. Just because like he's always someone that talks like, you know, I want everyone to have a pair of Yeezys, but I mean, he's not really making that possible, just like with limited stock quantities and all these resellers copping them all and getting them for a little bit higher, which is, I mean, you know, if you put in the time to get the shoes, I think that you deserve them and stuff like that. Like, I don't really have an issue there, but no, as far as Kanye West, man, he's definitely, he's changed a lot. Like, no one's going to argue that, but I mean, it's almost, I can't figure out who he is right now. Like, I just don't know what he's trying to be or what he's trying to do. I don't think anyone does. I'm
Yeah.
not expecting.
I don't even think Kanye does, you know? But so moving on, we asked all of our guests this question, and it is what is your all-time grail, and do you currently own it?
I think I do the Concord 11s.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So you
Those
did
are nice.
finally get a pair of 11s.
Yeah, so I got the Concord 11s the last year whenever they released. So
Okay.
happy about that.
That's awesome.
You got them for retail?
What was that?
I think it was year before last.
Yeah. Did you get them for retail, or did you have to pay a little extra for them?
I got them for retail.
That's
Oh, okay,
awesome. Where do you get most of your shoes from? Like just whenever you're buying, because I mean, for a lot of the hype stuff, you almost have to get them off Goat and StockX and stuff like that. But where do you try to get most of your shoes from? Just whenever you're getting them.
Lately, where I've been getting a lot of stuff, I'm not gonna lie, COVID kind of it's been a positive as far as like the shoe collecting,
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
because I get a lot from Hibbits. They have a local Hibbits around here,
Mhm.
and I'll enter the raffles, but I always lose.
Right.
But then I usually can walk in there if the store has them. I usually can walk in there and get them.
Right.
But a lot of like hype stuff doesn't go there.
Right.
Yeah, and I used to work at a Hibbett's back. We're in Florida right now, but I worked at a Hibbett's store in Missouri, and they have like two different types. They've got like the fashion, they've just got like the casual, and we ended up. You probably have one that's like more gets the hype stuff. We would always get just like the generic Nikes and like the $80, $85 Nikes. So like, I'm like working at this Hibbett's store hoping for all these perks. I would get a discount, but I'm like, man, you guys don't got anything that I really need or want. It was just like Nike Roche runs and stuff like that. So that's tough. But at least you got a store near you that you can hit up like that. That's cool.
Yeah, so I got a lot of the fives like recently from there, but then like some things like the Mocha ones, they didn't receive those
Right.
or
Mhm.
other things don't receive them.
Yeah, we actually luckily got a pair of the Mocha ones. Those should be coming in within the week. So I heard the quality on those is amazing, and the resale value definitely can.
Well, yeah,
you can
people are
see
going
that.
crazy over them because they're kind of like similar color scheme to the Travis Scotts.
Yep.
So everyone's like, everyone's going on those things. People are probably going to custom those to try and make them like Travis Scott themed or something like that. You know, the sneaker customizers going crazy.
With the pink laces.
Yeah, get some
yes,
pink
sir.
laces. People are gonna. Yeah, I mean, you could fool any casual, right? You fool, yo, those Travis Scotts. Well, if you think they are, then yeah.
Yeah. All right. It looks like we're running out of questions. This is going to be the last question of the podcast. Is if you could choose, who should we have on next for the podcast?
They got a cat that I'm cool with. Me and my kicks from Chicago.
Okay.
Me and my
he
kicks.
dope shoetuber.
Oh, cool. Shoetuber. I
We
think
get-
that's the first time I've ever heard
Yeah,
that.
that's good.
We've been doing this too long to not hear ShoeTube. That's pretty smooth.
We might have to do that next time
I know.
when we
I like
introduce
that.
them.
That's cool. ShoeTuber.
All right.
Man, why have I just now heard that? That's crazy. I like that, but no, that's cool. We'll definitely try and reach out to him. But that's actually going to wrap it up for this episode here. If you like this episode, please feel free to show support by liking, following, subscribing to whichever platform that you're listening to. Thanks again to Chance for coming on, and thank you to our listeners for tuning in. And we will see you next episode. Peace.
Peace.